Welcome, everyone, to another invigorating episode of Toast and Talk with Ages, a celebration to toast champion women and be inspired by their amazing journey. I'm your founder and producer, Ages, educator, speaker, and tragedist. Toast and Talk with Ages is an inspirational interview series to celebrate champions who have withstood the odds, broken barriers, conquered fear, and broke the glass ceiling of success. In our exchange, we will unravel their narratives by unfolding each chapter of sacrifices and challenges, distinguish breakthroughs, and attain opulence. Through their truth, we will be inspired to reimagine our purpose, trust our process, and achieve prosperity together. This interview series is authentic and thought provoking, so we can mirror ourselves without judgment or fear, but be influenced to utilize our own power to pen our own narratives. Tonight's champion guest is the renowned Dayna Karron. Dayna Karron, welcome to Toast and Talk with Ages. I am so excited to have you.
I am truly grateful to be here on this beautiful transformational Tuesday, and I am honored to be sitting here with you tonight.
Thank you. Thank you. Dayna, we have gone a long way. We know each other for quite some time. And, when it comes into someone who thinks about others and you're selfish about yourself, it's always about you and how I can impact and the difference I can make. And there's always a saying that people with the same mind are connected. And I can really say the same with you because both of us are always thinking of helping others. Of course, you are pulling me along because I've learned so much from you.
Thank you.
So, Dayna, to start off, what we're going to do, we're going to toast because it's your day, right? We're celebrating you being a giant out there, being a warrior, being a tribe where we are able to impact. So, welcome to Toast and Talk. We are so excited to have you and can't wait to learn more. Toast.
Thank you. I'm loving my water here.
I know. So Dayna, I see you have your background there and I can't but, eager to learn more. Tell me more about that background you have there.
Thank you, Arlene. So this here is the Solutionist. And at the beginning of the pandemic, everyone was feeling so much stress and fear and turmoil and constantly talking about how bad their situation was. And I said, how can I lighten up the Zoom meetings that I'm having? How can I impact people, make a difference, and make them feel like, wow, this is a fun moment that I'm spending with Dayna? And so I had the Solutionist created. I've been in my industry for 28 years, and many people knew me as DK Copy Girl. So I said, now I need to be the Solutionist because I am just so much more than just DK Copy Girl. And so many times, especially as women, we try to figure out what is our true identity? Who are we? And how do people really see us? And who do they know us as? And the Solutionist with the cape and my hands like the fearless female and my initials on the belt just felt so incredible to me to be able to create this. And everyone comments on how much they love it. So it brings brightness to a lot of Zoom and team meetings.
Perfect.
Thank you for asking.
You are welcome. I am always drawn by it because when you're in the meeting, you're compelled to know why does Dayna have herself. So I'm happy to learn about that. So all our viewers, now that we have gone a little over it, I just want to say a summary because we're wondering who is this Dayna with the scape. She's a solutionist, and we're going to explore more on that. But just for our viewers to know who you are. So our champion guest, Dayna Karron, known as the Solutionist, is a world-class solutionist, right? That's what she is. She's a legend in her community. She's an enthusiast and thrives by providing exclusive services to her clients. She exemplifies excellence, resilience, and compassion. Dayna has been with her company for over 28 years. I mean, stay in one place for 28 years, that speaks volume, right? And what she does as a solutionist is that she helps businesses to become more efficient by ensuring that they are having the proper technologies, they are insightful in regards to the business process to reduce costs, and also they improve employee productivity. So Dayna is a top achiever in her firm, right? She's at that level. When it comes into production and excellence in service, that's Dayna. But there's another side of Dayna. Dayna has this passion to impact the world. So if you have the opportunity of meeting Dayna, that's one person you'll never forget, right? She has that fire within her, and she's always helping the community. And that's why she's has been on the board of charter schools, of healthcare organization. She was also part of the Lend a Hand Uganda. So there's no limit to what this lady has done and what she is still doing. Presently, she's a part of the New York City Image Award, and we're going to talk more about that. Dayna is also a master connector, right? And she's also the founder of a networking group, which we're also going to explore because she's so contained and she's so enthusiastic about helping others. So she could not keep it to herself. Whatever she's learning, it's all about imparting knowledge and empowering others. And this is who Dayna is. She is a wonderful mom, phenomenal mom to an amazing daughter. And of course, we're going to talk more about that. And of course, she has her loving husband that's there for her as a power support system. But Dayna, I am beyond excited about your journey and the opportunities that you have given others. And I'm eager for us to learn more. So as we delve into this conversation, I hope that others that are listening will be inspired and see the importance of just stepping out. Forget about limitations and just be themselves. So Dayna, thank you for sharing your bio with us. We're impressed by the accomplishments and the impact that you're making. So thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
So Dayna, are you ready for us to start this conversation?
I'm ready.
There you go. So Dayna, I'm going to take you down memory lane, right? Because I believe that in order for us to know where we're going, we need to know where we're coming from. So this platform, as we mentioned, is to celebrate you, have you share your journey, and to inspire others to step out, break barriers, and become their best. So my first question for you as we start our exchange is, tell me a little about your upbringing, your childhood, and what role it played into the champion you are today.
So I have a very interesting childhood, not one that most people believe when I tell them my story. My dad left my mom when I was 3.5 years old, and my mom raised my sister and I basically on a income of a school teacher, and she always taught both of us to be independent women. At the age of 14, I was sent away to a school for troubled teenagers because I was just angry at the whole world, I guess, because my parents had gotten divorced and most of my friends' parents were married. And so I just felt like, I guess I acted out a lot, and they felt the best place for me was this school for troubled teenagers. I was there for 2 years, and that's where I spent two of my most important formative years. I was at this school. When I came home, it was really a difficult transition because everyone kept asking, where has she been? What high school did she go to? And it was difficult. I would say that through our struggle, we find our strength. And that was when I realized that you can knock me down, but you are not going to knock me out. And so I came back stronger and stronger and stronger each and every single time that I got knocked down. And so went to college, took student loans, did it all on my own, didn't ask my parents for anything, because at that point I just realized that I was going to do it and I was going to do it on my own. And I did. I graduated college. I remember getting the Village Voice and finding 2 roommates in a 1-bedroom. So it was a 1-bedroom, 3 girls who had just graduated college. Imagine sharing 1 bathroom and getting up in the morning. And I have so many funny stories about that, but it got me to where I am today. And as I truly believe, you don't realize how strong you are until being strong is the only choice you have. So that was my childhood, basically. And then I actually, when I graduated college, I knew that I wanted to make a difference, make an impact, help as many people as I could. And I ended up getting a job at a recruiting agency. And I'm thinking, oh my gosh, how amazing is this that I could help people find a job that they love and start a career. And it wasn't what I expected it to be. And after 6 months, one of the girls there said to me, my husband has a company, and until you figure out what you want to do with your life, why don't you go and become a telemarketer for the sales reps at his company? And I said, that sounds like a great idea. And Arlene, it was not a great idea, but it was the greatest idea, if you understand what I mean. What I mean by that is I was setting up appointments for these men, and it has nothing to do with the fact that they were men. It could have been women, but they were so motivated by money and greed. And you know how used car salespeople have a reputation of just not being very ethical and just, well, that's what happened. And I basically said, I can't support this. This isn't true to who I am. So I took all the brochures home and I learned the entire industry. And I started partnering with manufacturers and asking them to go on appointments with me. And I would shadow what they were doing. And after 3 years of being there, I realized they couldn't support what I wanted. They couldn't support the level of service and passion and everything that I wanted to give to partnerships with clients. And so on November 7th, 1994, I started at Atlantic Tomorrow's office. So this past November was my 25-year anniversary at Atlantic Tomorrow's office, 28 years in my industry. And I have to tell you that the last year has been an eye-opener for me, as it has for many, as it has for many.
Oh, thank you for that. And you mentioned something that you don't know how strong you are until your strength is the only thing you have, and that speaks volume, right? And you mentioned I've never known that this was your path, but that path that you have is your journey, right, to create your purpose. So thank you so much for sharing that today. So
one of the things, Ollie, and I'm sorry to cut you off, that is so interesting now is we're all wearing masks, right?
yeah.
But eventually those masks are going to come off. And who are you really? Why can't you be true to yourself? So I don't believe in hiding my past, because if it can inspire and impact and motivate someone to know that where you are today is not your final destination, then I want to share my story. I'm not embarrassed that I was sent away. People say to me, how can you tell people that on LinkedIn? How could you share your story? Wait a second, isn't LinkedIn all about elevating our game and impacting and helping people in business and growing our business? Why wouldn't I want to share where I was then and where I am now?
So true. Yes. Powerful. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for sharing that. And this is what the platform is for, Dayna, to inspire others. And sometimes people may think, okay, it's an easy path to get where I'm at, right? You've done it. Oh, it's just a walk over. But you're letting people know, no, that's not how it was. It wasn't a cheese, right? This was something I had to be breaking stones and changing my mindset. So I'm really, really happy for you to sharing that for us. And so, Dayna, what was some of the most difficult decision you had to make to pursue your destiny?
What was the most difficult decision that I ever had to make to, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the
Pursue
last
your
part.
destiny.
To pursue my destiny. Wow. So I think the most difficult decision that I ever had to make to pursue my destiny was to forgive myself for some of the mistakes that I've made, and to know that those mistakes are not who I am today. and that forgiving ourselves is just as important, if not more important, than forgiving others. Because sometimes we're our own worst enemies. And I realize that the mistakes I made are not me today. They're who I was in the past. And I don't want to be judged today for who I was then.
Perfect. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you for that. Dayna, you have just mentioned about, being 28 years in the industry. You started out, 3 years at one operation, and that's where you really realized that that wasn't for you. How did you realize that being the solutionist, right, where where you've been for 25 years, that was your journey, that was your purpose? Educate us about that amazing journey.
So my career has afforded me the opportunity to help so many people in so many different ways. So I am not just speaking to people about their office technology and creating efficiency and helping them to manage their workflow in a more productive manner. I'm talking to my nonprofits about raising hundreds and thousands of dollars for their galas that are coming up. I'm talking to people about how to use hashtags and tag people on LinkedIn to get more business. I've met you through networking and mentoring. My career uh, has afforded me the opportunity to become the solutionist and impact so many people in so many different ways, giving me the ability to start a networking group called The Tribe 2 months ago. Figuring out, instead of having 100 pennies, realizing that doesn't serve me and I need my 4 quarters. I'm going to be 53 in 2 weeks, and being in an industry that's constantly changing gave me the ability to realize that I can constantly change. And so the last year we all talk pivot, pivot, pivot. That's like everyone's biggest word. Let's pivot, let's pivot. And I think it's so important for us to realize, in order for us to know our purpose, what sets our soul on fire. Truly, you have to be true to that, or you're never going to take the mask off, and you're never going to serve the community or your clients if you're not doing something that sets your soul on fire.
So what sets your soul on fire, Dayna?
What sets my soul on fire is helping others, being appreciated. That's a big, big one for me. It doesn't matter to me how large a client is. If I don't feel appreciated, it's not the right partnership. I need to know that the work that I've done, the impact that I've made, the difference that I've created for, whether it's a client or someone that I mentor or someone that I've helped with LinkedIn. It's my personality is very confusing, because a part of me is like a pit bull and a part of me is like a mushy marshmallow. So it can be very confusing. And those that know me, know me, know me, they understand that. And my favorite expression is, I'm not everyone's cup of cappuccino. It's not even like I'm not even everyone's cup of tea. It's like, I'm not everyone's cup of cappuccino. But when you know me, you understand what really sets my soul on fire is making an impact, helping others.
Perfect.
That's really, really what sets my soul on fire.
Perfect. And I know that. I can attest to that. Continue.
And so you had mentioned earlier something about the New York City Imagine Awards. And so every single nonprofit that moves forward with a partnership with Dayna Karron, the Solutionist, gets me on the fundraising committee. Whether they have one copier, whether they have document management, whether they have managed print services, whether they have 50 copiers, whether they have whatever it is. Once they become a partner of ours, Atlantic Tomorrow's office, Dayna Karron, the Solutionist, I get involved with their fundraising. So it's been a struggle for me because obviously over the last year, there's not a lot of in-person events.
Mhm.
So I started to feel like, what's going to set my soul on fire? And someone mentioned the New York City Imagine Awards to me. And I was introduced to Ken Serini and Hillary Needle. And I cannot even tell you how amazing this is because it's an awards night to thank all of the nonprofits for the incredible work that they do and to show appreciation and recognition. And they can win a $5,000 grant. So I've been telling everyone and anyone to please vote and nominate all the amazing nonprofits that you know of, because this started many, many years ago in Long Island, and this is going to be the first event that they're doing in New York in person in October. And I'm on the committee with the most amazing, incredible people giving thanks and recognition to all these amazing nonprofits. So that's what sets my soul on fire.
Oh, wow.
I'm so blessed to be able to do this.
Phenomenal. That's phenomenal. I know that's what you love to do, impacting. And now you're not only able to do one, you're able to do many. So that's
Mm-hmm.
good. And Dayna, we're going to talk more about that because I too work with some nonprofits. So I'd love to learn more to see how best we can help too. So thank you for that.
Absolutely.
And persons who are watching this or interview, if you're attached to a nonprofit and you need to gather information of how can I participate, Dana's information will be in our on our link so that you can reach out to her too, because we're all in this together. So thank you for sharing that, Dana.
Absolutely.
So Dana, I know we have been talking through the pandemic and we've been talking back and forth with what's going on. How do you keep yourself grounded?
How do I keep myself grounded?
Yes. Centered.
Centered and grounded. So I surround myself with incredible people. I surround myself where I could just be totally honest and authentic with them, that I don't have to pretend to be okay when I'm not, that I can tell them what I'm really feeling. I call it riding the Corona coaster because we're up and down and up and down and up and down. And we really need more than ever, especially because we can't hug people. We can't sit and talk to people. We can't laugh with people the way that we used to. We're not having face-to-face meetings. It's all day long of Zooming. And especially for someone like me, who's hard of hearing, some people aren't putting closed captioning on. It's been a Corona coaster, as I call it. So my Peloton bike, as we all know, is I'd probably be in jail right now, honestly, if it wasn't for my Peloton. So my Peloton bike has got me through so many different things. To me, it's not even a physical workout, it's a mental workout. I also have been meditating with the Peloton app, not as often as I should. I'm reading this incredible book called 30 Days to Prosperity by Gail Thackeray. That's been amazing. It's actually a journal in a sense where you set your intentions every day. I have a lot of different, I don't want to say well, maybe they are spiritual. I have a lot of different people that I surround myself with to make sure that I'm keeping myself in check. I do Reiki. Reiki works with your chakras, which are your energy centers, and I have someone that does Reiki on me. And I'm constantly checking in with those around me to make sure that I'm always doing my best.
Perfect. And many times, successful individuals like yourself, they always have this point of centering because, you have to read both. So I'm happy. I know I'm always seeing you on LinkedIn with your Peloton. Who's joining me? I can't join it because I don't have one, but I'm saying, oh my God, there's so much motivation because what I like, you're not just doing it alone. You're calling all others to join you, and that's collaboration. So thank you so much. And reading with
Thank you.
your book, I need to learn about that book. Go ahead.
Thank you. I do need to tell you a little secret that Peloton won't appreciate, but I've told many about. So it's not in everyone's budget to purchase a Peloton. And some people might not just have the physical space for a Peloton. Peloton app is free for 60 days. So you could download the Peloton app and go run outside. You could download the Peloton app and do yoga. You could also just get a regular spin bike, buy it used that's not a Peloton, and download the Peloton app and take all the spin classes.
Oh, wow. Oh, nice. So thank you.
No problem.
Yeah, that's good to know. That's good to know, because now is the time when we want to make sure, our mind is set. And you mentioned that it's not all about physical, it's about your mindset. And that's one of the things I want to talk with you. I know you're big on mindset and you're big on, having it first in your mind. So tell me more about that. Tell me, why is mindset so important to you in regards to achieving your goals?
So I'm sure you're familiar with The Secret, the law of attraction. It's the energy you put out is the energy that you get back. And I think so many times we get so caught up in negativity and focusing on the lack instead of the abundance. And if you put out that you're focusing on your lack, the universe is going to believe that you want more of that. If you focus on your abundance and your blessings, then the universe is going to believe that you want more of that. And your mindset, I believe that everyone knows that on Monday, it's Motivational Monday or Mindset Monday. Tuesday is Transformational Tuesday. Wellness Wednesday, Thankful Thursday, Fearless Friday, Sassy Saturday, and Self-Love Sunday. And for those of you that follow me on LinkedIn, I'm always posting motivational quotes, and I've gotten so many people that have told me that I've helped them through a divorce, or I've helped them through getting through a fitness rut, or whatever it is. And it's all mindset. It really is. It's not one of my favorite sayings is, it's not your IQ, it's your I can. So, it's basically, what do you believe that you can do? That's the truth. And one of my favorite quotes is, fear is false evidence appearing real. All the time. What are you thinking? I can't, for whatever reason. I'm not capable. Why? You're putting this in your mindset. It's false evidence appearing real. Who says you can't? Impossible means I'm possible. It's all mindset. It's all mindset.
So true. Thank you for sharing that. Thank you. Thank you. And I like that.
Absolutely.
And yeah, thank you. Those are powerful words. And of course, I'm always motivated by your quotes on LinkedIn. So, Dayna, what counsel, what advice would you give to your younger self? Who you are today, what counsel would you give to your younger self?
Wow. So, don't believe what everyone says about you. What anyone else says about you is none of your business. That I will tell you. Because I have been consumed by energy vampires. I have been consumed by my haters, trying to prove to my haters that I'm not what they think I am. I'm not the story that they wrote about me. And I am telling you, to anyone of any age, it doesn't matter what anybody else thinks of you. It matters what you think of yourself. It doesn't matter what your boss, it doesn't matter what your husband is, it doesn't matter your brother, your sister. It really only matters what you think of yourself, the way you talk to yourself, the things that you believe.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's a good advice, because sometimes we listen to others and then it takes off our journey and we end up somewhere else where we should not even be. So thanks. I know your young self would love that, to say, okay, yes, I need to be wise here and listen to my mind. So thank you so much, Dayna. So Dayna, if you were to write a letter to yourself in 2030, what would it say?
2030?
Yes, 10 years from now. Call it 10 years from now.
You did it. You did it. And you did it your way. You busted your butt so that your daughter was able to go to her dream school, didn't have to take a student loan like you did, didn't have to pay Sally Mae back for 11 years. You did it. You did it. You did it.
Perfect. Well said.
Thank you.
Well said. You did it. Well said. And as a parent, that's an excellent thing to do. So well said. Well said. So Dayna, as we come close to the end of our conversation, for viewers that are watching who are unsure of their purpose, they're trapped by challenges, they're afraid to break barriers. However, they're inspired by your journey. What would be your advice for them?
Whenever you think that there are obstacles in your way, close your eyes, look at that obstacle as a gremlin, put it in a timeout. Tell it it cannot come out of that timeout until it believes in you, until it feels all the most incredible and positive thoughts and feelings about you. And literally just take that gremlin and visualize putting it in a timeout. You do not deserve to come out of that timeout until you believe in me, because I believe in me. And there's no obstacle that's going to stop me from achieving greatness.
What a way to end. What a story, what a mission, what an advice. Thank you so much, Dayna, for this conversation. You've taken us down memory lane in regards to what you've gone through, but your situation did not be your outcome, right? I'm inspired by your journey. I'm inspired by your narrative. And as we started out with chapter 1, and you kept on going, and then I became more hungry, and I was just thirsting after more. And the more I asked, the more you would flourish, and you would fill me with this anticipation of passion of you can do it. And I'm really, really inspired by that, to know that I can do anything. I am possible. And look into that mirror, look, close your eyes and say, guess what? You've got this. So I am really happy that you're able to share this with us. And is there any last thing you want to say, Dayna?
Yeah, there is one last thing, and you don't know this until now. You're my hero, because Arlene, I will never forget the day, and I'm going to get a little emotional, that we met in my office, and we were introduced by, I believe, one of the vice presidents of New York Life Insurance. And he said to me, "This is a woman you need to meet." And I said to you, "How do you get most of your clients?" And you told me that there was a man that you wanted to meet, and you stormed up to the front desk and you said that you had a meeting with him. And he came out and he said, "I don't have you on my calendar." And you said, "I have you right here on my calendar." And he said, "Well, I think that we need to reschedule because I have another meeting." And you said, "Okay, take out your calendar and we're going to reschedule right now." And I said, "Arlene, did you really have a meeting with him?" And you said, "Nope." And I said, "Well, why did you do that?" And you said, "Because I'm a single mother and I have 2 children that I need to inspire and impact and take care of."
You're going to make me
So
cry.
you, my friends, are my hero.
Dayna, that's why you're my mentor. Trust me. I've never cried in this in my interviews, and now you're turning it on me. But you know, it's amazing when you are between a wall and a hard place. And we met there not only because of my situation where I told you, which was true. I've done it because I've been trying to get and he would not give me a day. So I said, okay, let me go. But there's so many other things that you have done to Dayna in regards to just pushing and going. And when things seems down, remember over the COVID we spoke, because there were some tough times we were going through. But those tough times were steps, because look at where we are now. There were steps to let us know, guess what? We have the guts to conquer anything. Once we have life, we have hope, we have faith, everything is just mere, it's just mere there. It's just there for space, right? Remember you told me I need to focus on why I'm doing this, right? Or why is why we're here. So it's from one queen to a next, right? And where we learn to champion each other. And this is why we have this platform, because many of us out there, we have gone through a lot. We have done a lot, which is right. We're not doing anything wrong. But then when others see where we are, they're saying, oh, you just get there because someone just gave you a break. There's no break in this thing, right? Right? We have sweat, we have tears, we have thorns, we have, and I love this quote that my bruises are not that I'm broken, it's that I'm healed, right? And that's one that I always have with me in my journal when I feel down. So Dayna, today is a miraculous day for me, because you have taken me in through some reflection myself, and I'm really happy for that. And I know persons who are watching this video, they are going to be inspired, because this is why it's here. It's here for you to see that there's nothing impossible. My word is unstoppable. Nothing is going to stop me unless God planned it. It's not going to stop me, because we're born with enough strength. We have everything within us. We're enough. So it's just for us to step out. That cape that you have behind you, that's who you are, right? You're always on top of your game. You're always on top of whatever you're doing, right? You're not just looking at sales, you're impacting others. Now, yes, I am able to help you with your office supplies, but then how can I help you? What else can I do, right? And that's what you talk about a true leader. You're a leader that's there to impact, to make a difference. And what's good about you is that you're pulling others on. Because if you're leading and you're rising and there's nobody behind you, that's a problem. But you are creating that ladder, and you're bringing people to that table. You're creating a space for others to sit. And I'm happy I'm around your table, because guess what? If you're alone sitting around that table, that's not a nice conversation. And that's why we need powerful women like you, Dayna, to impact the world. The world is hungry. It's thirsty. There's a drought going on. And we are that fluid, that water, that blessing, that outburst of prosperity that the world needs. And I'm so happy that you're here.
I'm so grateful to be here. This was amazing.
And we could go on forever, Dayna. We talk every day anyway, but we could go on forever.
Exactly.
But I'm happy for what you're doing for us as women. You're building women, you're lifting us, and also for companies and organizations and fundraising events. We are truly inspired by what you're doing, and we can only trust that as you continue to move into the other years, right? You said your birthday is coming up, but this is just wisdom. It's just a number, right? There's so much more that Dayna needs to accomplish. There's so much impact. There's so many people that Dayna needs to meet so that they can see that it's not over. You've just begun, right? So I'm happy for that. And I bless you, of course, as always. Continue blessing to you and your family. I'm so glad with your dynamic and your daughter. You're going to be so happy, because I'm in the same thing. I cried at times. We have a lamp right here that we use, where when she touches it in Boston, I feel it here. And it is like every time I touch it, I'm going to cry. So if she touches it, I know she's thinking of me, and the different color dictates what we're thinking. But if I see red, I know I need to get on the phone. And because it's first she's leaving home. But this platform is not about me, it's about you. But I just know that you're going to be strong for your daughter. You have a daughter who's a champion. She's just like her mom. They don't need to worry. She is in good hands, and she's going to surprise you with the prosperity and the impact she's gonna be doing. So Dayna, I wish you all the best to you and your family. And to all my viewers out there, thank you so much for seeing the importance of celebrating women. We are live. We make things happen. And as you view and as you comment, please share it with others. This is a platform for others to be motivated and step out so that they too can be great. My family and God, of course, for giving me this idea of bringing women together. So this is Toast and Talk with Ages. Dayna, is there any last thing you want to say?
One last thing. Just when the caterpillar thought the world was over, she became a butterfly. Thank you, Arlene, for the most impactful night ever.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. So this is Toast and Talk with Ages. This is to inspire you to reimagine your purpose. Trust your process. Achieve prosperity. What are we doing here? We are purposely empowering as we rise. And remember, be that butterfly. Have a wonderful evening.